Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. My name's Lauren. I'm the Lolo behind lolodidit, a hand-dyed yarn business based in central Kentucky. And I'm coming here today to share a little bit about my life, or like what's going on in my home and things like that. For those of you who've been following me for a long time, probably know that 3 years ago, well, I'll start from the beginning. 5 years ago, we moved to Kentucky, and it was the most overwhelming move I've ever had. And we've moved almost every year since me and my husband got married. But this move was unique because I had spent a lot of time each time we moved just putting things in boxes and moving to the next place. And then when we moved to the next place, I would take out the things that I need and then leave everything else in boxes. So this move, we're moving cross country to a home that we actually purchased. We're no longer renters. And our box accumulation was crazy. Like, I had so many duplicates of things because I had spent so much time focusing on our business and focusing on that kind of stuff that I didn't really fully unpack after every single move. And I always considered myself like fairly minimal. Like, we usually didn't have very many things out. I didn't have a lot of stuff out and about in our house, but I did have quite a lot of boxes out in each garage, or like we would always have like a storage bedroom or something like that. So by the time we moved to Kentucky, I had boxes and boxes of so many things going on in the house, and quite embarrassed to realize that I had duplicates of nearly everything, triplicates, quadruplicate. Is that a word? Quadruplicates of everything. And so 3 years ago, I spent time getting rid of about 60-70% of our things, mostly in our common areas, like living room, kitchen, dining room, pantry. And then I also majorly decluttered my craft room and my closet. So I didn't touch my husband's stuff. I don't know, some of you guys out there are a lot braver than me, but I didn't do anything like that. But I really, really simplified our home. And from that point, for the last 3 years, I've been going a little bit further, to the point where, like, in the past year, I haven't really had to think about it. If somebody says that they're coming over, I'm like, okay, so my house is clean. Like, everything's tidy. Now, I wouldn't say I'm like the cleanest person in the entire world. Like, of course, there's dishes in the sink. There's things that we're using. You know, I have a cleaning routine of when we clean the floors and when we clean, the baseboards or whatever. Like, it's not all the time. So, like, not everything is perfect. But I don't have to stress about people coming over. And I would say that that is the biggest thing that makes it a relief while we've been doing foster care, that I know that when somebody comes over, our house is clean. When somebody says, oh, I have to do a home visit, our house is tidy. If they say, I need to change it, and oh, by the way, can I come tomorrow? I don't have to worry about it. And it's been wonderful. I cannot tell you how many days I've woken up and I've told Trey's my husband, I'm so thankful we have a tidy home. I'm so thankful we have a decluttered home. I'm so thankful we don't have stuff in all of the spaces. And yet I found myself in having a third person in our home, a child, that we needed some things. So I had decluttered our dishes to the point where we only had 4. So that's 2 meals, and then we'd have to wash them. And silverware, I had plenty, and glasses, I have plenty. I actually use I use jars that we use for canning and things like that as our glasses. But so I had to get more plates. My mom, if you're watching, thank you so much for sending us dishes, because I was even agonizing over like buying dishes, because I'm like, I don't need to buy dishes. Like, why am I doing this? I hate buying this. So she bought us some more dishes, which I'm really thankful for. But the other thing that comes back to crafting, like Lolo crafting, is that I spent some time crafting up things that I realized that we needed. So now as a family, we're eating 3 meals a day, home cooked meals a day from scratch at a dinner table every single day. And talking over it. We're doing school at the table. We're doing, everything is revolving around our kitchen and our table now, where that's not really the case when me and Trey didn't have any kids in the house. So I found myself needing things. So because we use these jars as glasses, I don't have, anytime we put ice in it, they're sweating all over the place. And then our table's always wet. So I made these little crocheted coasters. My mom keeps saying, Lauren, you're nesting. This is what it's called. So, but these little crocheted coasters changed how we were using the table, because I was trying to get this sounds really I was having us use our stainless steel water bottles at the table because I didn't like the glasses to sweat, but then we're constantly drinking out of a water bottle and straws instead of a nicely set table. And maybe it doesn't matter to you, but for me it really mattered to have the silverware and the dishes and the napkin and the glass and all that stuff, but I didn't want it go all the water all over the place. So this pattern is so cute. I got it off of YouTube, so I will link the YouTube video below where I got it. I made some minor tweaks, and that's only because I've been crocheting since I was 5. So I made some tweaks of things that I just do because that's how I crochet. But her instructions are fantastic. She goes through it actually step by step of these little crocheted coasters, and then I blocked these. So just to kind of give you an idea, I didn't even bring it. So the crochet looks a little bumbly, and some people just love that. They love that it looks bumbly when they crochet. But you can actually see your start and stop point when you crochet. And so I like to block them, and I just blocked them by running a hot iron on the highest setting with steam, and made them look nice and flat and even. They're not perfect. I haven't crocheted other than a dishcloth in years. I really haven't done anything, and I finally pulled this out and did this, and I love them. So I have actually made a million of these. I'm gonna have to give them away because I really only use 3, but I have made as many as the ball will let you. So I think I could make, I think I made 7 coasters out of each ball of yarn, and this is Knit Picks Dishy. And I'll put all of the links to everything below because I don't remember the names of them off the top of my head, but this is Knit Picks Dishy. It's just a simple 100% cotton yarn. It's very affordable. I have a huge stash of Knit Picks cotton yarn. I love it. I have a stash of other people's cotton yarn as well, and I love it because I use the dishcloths all the time. I make them all the time. I make them for other people, so it's always a little project. But I just make square, single crochet or double crochet dishcloths. And this time I was I'm getting fancy. Love it. So this is really fun, and we've had people over quite a few times, and I've gotten so many compliments on these little crochet coasters. I'm this is great. So it makes me feel good. It makes my home feel homey. I love it. And so I'd encourage you to try this and see if you like it too, because I had so much fun making these, and I love the way my table looks when it's set with our napkins and our forks and our coasters and, the salt and pepper shaker. Everything's out. I just love the way it looks. And we have mismatched jars. So some of our jars are blue, some of them are clear, and some of them are green. And I just love that. I just think it's very homey. And it's just because that's what I've collected over the years of what we have. So I'll put all the details for this in all of the description below so that you can make your own. It has been really fun, and I don't see why you can't use this as a mini pot holder or as a dishcloth if you wanted to get fancy. It works great. So the other thing that I've been doing, which isn't necessarily a craft, but it could be, so I bought a whole bunch of paper napkins on Etsy. And so I had to, they didn't come fully hemmed, so I actually ended up hemming them, but they were all the correct size. And so I did an extra fold in the hem because they weren't like finished. So I would say that I did craft these a little bit, but this is a beautiful cotton towels, cotton napkins, and these are the dinner size. And I bought these from Etsy because I realized that in 2.5 months, I used 3 times the amount of paper towels that me and Trey usually use in the course of 3 months, which is very expensive. So if we continued down that path, these napkins paid for themselves within 2.5 months. So that is actually pretty great. I'll put the link to the Etsy shop below. At the time that I purchased these were on sale. So they ended up being 75 cents a piece. And I also had a coupon. I don't know how I had a coupon, but I was very thankful for the coupon. So these are really inexpensive. And then I just washed them a couple of times and I did not iron them. They are all wrinkly and I love the look. I don't care that they're not perfect and the edges aren't perfect. They're not fully squared up. I don't care at all because they're not only saving me money from paper towels, but also because you're using so many paper towels, there's so much extra trash. Like we were taking the trash out almost, we were taking it out every day. And usually we could get by with like 2 days of taking out the trash. It's only one extra person, and why are we using so much extra stuff? I don't know. But so I've switched over to this. I don't care if they get dirty. We had tacos the other night with another family, and I didn't care that they got taco sauce all over them because they're not very expensive. They can be washed. You can put them in the washer, and I don't have any stains on these. So I don't know. They wash up pretty well. This is my other thing that I think that I gave a gift to myself. So I always tell myself, like, when I'm cleaning up or when I'm decluttering or when I'm like purging stuff or even when I'm just organizing and tidying up the house, I'm giving a gift to my future self. And this is one of those things that I did, a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And every time we pull these out, not only do I love the way it looks at our dinner table, I love using a napkin, I love napkin etiquette, but I also it just brings me so much joy to have all of these colors out on our table. And it really doesn't take hardly any time. I just do 1 load of towels a week, and this goes in the towel load. And that's just, it doesn't hardly take any more time. It's not an extra cycle because they don't take up that much room. And so these are the things that I've been loving lately: my nesting, my crafting, and things that I've been making for myself to make my home someplace that I really, really love. And I love being home. I used to not. Me and Trey were always on the go, but in the past several years, probably since I started decluttering, I have really enjoyed being at home and having the time to craft because I'm not spending the time managing all of my stuff. So I do have time to do my favorite things, which is crafting and reading and then doing our business. We have a small farm, and I like making food from scratch and canning and all that stuff. So I've really been enjoying it. So I thought I'd share it with you so that you are inspired to do your own things. This is just simple quilting cotton that you can get from anywhere, and it's just a double. I just hemmed it double. So I just folded these over twice and did a straight stitch. So it's not anything special or fancy, and no, I didn't square up anything. So I didn't take the time to make them perfectly square. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this, that you're inspired, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you to everyone who is taking time to watch all of my older videos. My YouTube partner program is going to expire by September 12th if I don't get 4,000 watch hours by September 12th, and we are at 1.6 thousand. So if any of you guys would like to go back, watch some of my older videos, we've been having so much fun in our Mighty Networks community because everybody's seeing all of these old colorways that we've had over the years. And so I'm making a list, re-dyeing all of these colors that people are talking about, and then offering them up in our Whatnot auction. So I would love it if you would spend some time watching a few older videos for us to get up our watch hours so our YouTube partner program doesn't go away. And I thank you all so much. Hope you have a wonderful week. Love you all. Bye.